this video, I'm going to pause a lot, and I'm not going to use excess jump cuts, because I'm not going to use the word like over and over again like a dumbass. Like, I was about to do it again, but watching my videos back and hearing how often I say it makes me feel so stupid. So that's the challenge for this video, is to not say that more than 30 times, which sounds like a lot already. But yeah, here we go. Well, so you want to talk about...
No, you go first.
I almost forgot his name. Why do I want to say Maximilian? That is not who you said. No, not as. Fucking...
That's why I said you go first.
Ugh. Can't remember his name. I'll put it on screen. Oh, so... A lot of people... Not even a lot of people... I don't think anyone is talking about why AI is going to destroy us. The AI is going to be the catalyst, but we are going to destroy us, with AI simply being the tool to do so. People are going to start making fake videos of politicians and world leaders and like generals saying really out of pocket shit, and like, what are the implications of that when it's so realistic that they believe it too? Not just us, not just the citizens, but the people in charge of what actions get taken after they hear something that somebody said. That's why AI is going to
unalive.
It's not going to be like the AI is going to come to life and end us all. We're going to do it. It's going to be us, as it usually is, of course. Do you agree with that? That's the only way I can see AI truly destroying us.
I agree with everything you just said.
So I just wanted to throw that out there. Also, this is short too, but I read this year that the Amazon rainforest may be beyond saving if they stopped cutting it down right now, that it may just wither away because of how small it is. And I just like... I can't imagine being in a position of great power that communicates with other countries that have great power, and not even in a hostile way, but just intervening and being like, hey guys, these rainforests have things that we still need to discover that would be extremely good for humanity, and medicines we haven't even discovered yet are in that rainforest, and who knows what else that could benefit us. And also, it's basically like one of the Earth's lungs, so maybe we need to stop doing that. How can we help you guys not do that? Like, can we import this or that, or can we just buy this or that for a higher price from you guys? Like, what can we do? But nobody cares. That blows my mind that no one cares. Have you seen videos of it being cut down? It's like gut-wrenching to watch. And I'm sorry. It also just makes the people that are doing it seem like brutal savages. I can't... I can't. I know maybe they feel bad, but like, holy shit.
I mean, probably
goddamn.
just their jobs.
Yeah. Nazis just had a job too, dude. Like, they're killing millions of animals a year, I think, potentially.
I mean, yeah.
Or at least hundreds of thousands.
Well,
it's like crazy. I know what some people might say, farmers are also... Some farmers are kind of psychopaths too. Everybody's got to do a certain job that seems a little bit psychotic. Or there's got to be somebody to do jobs that seem psychotic. But that one, the fact that it could, once it's gone, potentially begin a spiral of like the Earth dying out. Maybe. I don't know if that's a possibility. But like I just said, it's kind of like one of the Earth's lungs. That was a lot of trees and a lot of wetland that's just gone now and is probably dry. I'm like, that's scary to think about. But what were you about to say?
I was just saying the whole comparison isn't really like fair. half of the German soldiers were just drafted, so
Oh, I know that, but these people are doing it because a lot of that country is in poverty, so they feel like the only thing that they can do to get out of that, they're kind of like they're being forced to, in a way, do that so they can make farmland because that's one of the only ways that they can make a living. I get that part, but like I just said, the world should have done something. Like that's to just leave those people to have to do that is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But you could say the same thing about Africa, like because they have militants running around people that just to as a show of power or because they don't want to join their ranks. It's fucking insane over there. Don't they just actually people's parents sometimes and then take the children? Why doesn't anybody do anything about that? We're not talking about that in this video, though. I'm just saying, like, that's also like pretty much like crimes against humanity thing too. Like, parents make them soldiers.
Yeah,
like,
that's a pretty controversial. Like, I don't know. I don't want to speak on that.
I don't have much to say on that particular thing, like the Africa thing. I don't have much to say on that either. I don't know a lot about it. I just know that those things happen, and that the world is they just kind of like do the side eye thing. You know, it happens. Nobody in the world helps them. It's crazy.
Yeah, I got nothing to say. That's.
Although
interesting.
We're not in the best like position to be lending out tons of hands either, so I guess it can't, or maybe not that it can't be us, but it'll be a little difficult. A lot of people don't have a lot of money to give, which is what we need to help them, of course, so we could probably dive deeper into that one day. Let's get to YouTube territory now.
Well, all I had to talk about was the Ludwig situation, which was crazy. Basically, so the crux of it is there's a Smash player named Mango, and he's one of the biggest players. Like he's been a big name for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
And part of his like I won't say charm, but he had like people just laughed about how like he was known for being a really heavy drinker. So
Ludwig?
No, Mango. Ludwig's he's Ludwig's friend.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting
I don't know who
I
have no idea who the Mango person is.
I'm getting to Ludwig's position in this. So yeah, like I said, Mango's this famous Smash player who's known for getting really heavily drunk, like blackout drunk. And so there was this recent party that Ludwig hosted, and there was a couple female streamers, and Mango, the player, was in his underwear. He grabbed this Toad hat from Mario, like the Toad cap, you know, like the red and white part of the Toad's head.
Yeah, I got that part. I got it.
Yeah, it was like he grabbed one of those things. He got on a table next to one of the girls, and he like started like pumping the hat next to her face, and they were streaming the whole thing. Now, one of the girls ended up laughing about it. I think her name was Lily Pichu, or it was Emiru. It was one of those two. I think it was Emiru. She was just laughing about it, trying to play it off. And the other girl, whose name I don't know because I've never seen her before, she wasn't laughing. She was just not like, she was like awkwardly smiling or whatever. Clearly wanted him to get the fuck away from her.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone just kept laughing about it. Like, oh, you could hear people in the background being like, oh, there's Mango being Mango. And he's still he's like grinding his dick against this girl's like face. And then later that day, that clip goes out, and it spreads across the internet, and everyone's like dragging Mango through the mud. He ended up getting banned from a bunch of tournaments, pretty much told he's not welcome in a lot of spaces. And then Ludwig who also gets his name dragged because Ludwig made a video saying that like, oh, Mango went too far, and we're gonna have to make sure we're not allowing him to come back to any of our other celebrations, parties, and get-togethers. But like the funny thing about that is, Ludwig makes a video saying that he can't invite Mango to anything ever again, and what Mango did was abhorrent. But
Yeah.
there's clips of Ludwig basically saying, "Hey," like he was like celebrating with everyone, saying, "Hey, Mango's like his alcohol blood level is like I think 0.25%, something like that." Like Mango, I mean Ludwig was like celebrating like Mango's drinking record. Basically, he got a new drinking achievement, and Ludwig was celebrating that. So like, it's hypocritical for Ludwig to be like cheering Mango on in one video, but then in the next video well, not in one video. It was a clip from that party of Ludwig cheering Mango
Okay.
on.
So why? I think I'm having like a disconnect here or something. Why isn't it? Okay, I don't even know like how to say this. How are these two things related? Him, uh, I'm blanking on the word again. God damn it! Why do I keep doing that? It's so annoying. Disavow. That's not the right word. But why can't he say that that thing is bad? That clearly was, while also
Because he cheered it on when it happened, but then he said it's bad afterwards.
oh,
He only
like
came out
while
saying,
okay, I thought you were saying there was a previous event where he
yeah,
was celebrating his drinking.
he was cheering him on at that event.
Okay.
But then everyone shits on Mango, and then that's when Ludwig comes out and is like, what Mango did was bad. But then people are like,
I
bro,
was gonna say,
you were the one giving him beers. You were like telling people give him more beers.
that's
Like you were
very
co-signing it.
that's very bold to assume that a woman you don't really know is gonna be okay with you doing that next to them. Like that's
I
crazy.
mean, I don't know if he knew her because I didn't know the girl, but I don't know if he knew her. But she wasn't cool with it at all. I don't think either girl was okay with it. It's just that nobody walked over to stop him until like a few minutes after he already started doing
Well,
it.
the only way you can do that next to a woman that you don't really know is if they're a whore. And if you do know them, you know them really, really well. Otherwise, I don't think there's any other circumstance that a woman is okay with that. So
Yeah, I think it was this female streamer that he just liked. But like what he did was completely disgusting.
So he does like some kind of primitive like fucking ape dance.
That's just my take on it. Because
Okay.
I don't know his relationship with her. I don't know his relationship with her. I just know that she wasn't vibing with it at all. She wasn't laughing at it or anything. So it's not like she was in on it.
If she happens
It's
to be
just that
watching this
nobody's
somehow, I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing at the idea that he likes you, and he's like, "Yeah, she's gonna love this."
yeah. And she did not in fact love that at all. And he just like he went on for a few minutes doing that before somebody stopped him. But by that point, clips were already being made of the whole thing happening, and he was just getting roasted.
Fucking ape brain. Oh, sorry. Fucking
It
ape
is
brain
not that
shit.
funny.
Fucking ape brain shit is real, dude. I swear to God. Oh. Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah. The next thing that I got. So, if we are going to have a very jarring transition here, the immigration thing, I don't know the names of politicians and shit. I don't follow it like that. I just sort of kind of like follow what's going on. And then I'm like, this is just my thoughts.
let's get your take on it. Let's get your take on the situation you don't understand.
Well, I'm just talking about the morals and like the optics of. I haven't been saying like as much. I've said it a little less though. Okay. Leave a comment anyway. So yeah, apparently there was open borders. Somebody recently told me that there never was, but I mean, didn't our last president say himself that the borders were open. Kind of confused on what that person was saying to me. This was in real life. But so they had their like open border thing. They were letting a bunch of people in during most of Joe Biden's presidency, and then Trump gets in and he's using as much power as he can muster to remove people from this country that just came here. Is this not inhumane? Am I tripping? Is that like weird of me to say that that's inhumane to ship people back to their shitty countries after saying, yeah, just come here. It's fine. We don't care. And then all of a sudden, no, actually, we're going to force you to leave. Like, can you give them a chance? How about you change how difficult why doesn't he fight for how difficult it is to get a citizenship into this country and then give them a few year window, like at least 3? He'll still be in office anyways. And if they haven't put forth any effort, then they clearly don't give a shit about being a legal citizen. And if they do have taken at least some of the steps, then sure, you could probably let them stay here and assume that it's likely that they're going to get their citizenship. I mean,
you're speaking on this as a person with like a moral compass.
I know.
I don't know if you're aware of who you're like talking about.
I am aware of who I'm talking about, and that's what people should be people don't think enough. They're protesting for just the deportation itself, but they're not protesting for something proactive to be done about our citizen or about our illegal citizens issue in general. It's so fucking hard to get. That's why there's so many illegal citizens here, and it's expensive. Why isn't it easier? That's a question I'm not seeing anyone bring up. Why is it so difficult to get a citizenship? Why can they not make it easier? Is it really impossible to make it a little simpler or less time consuming? Like, really?
Why don't you make it easy? Why don't you make it easier on them?
Well, you see, Stefan, we're starting to upload videos so that hopefully we get enough influence to try to make that difference.
I'm not worried about making any difference. The only difference I want to make is getting Arcade in more games.
Well, that's my goal with uploading these videos anyways, is just to get people to think about things more. The people have a serious issue in our current day with having different perspectives. A lot of people have other people's opinions, not their own opinion, because they don't think. And if people actually thought, they would have thought, let's protest for better immigration policies, not just that people are being deported. How did we get to this mess in the first place? Because it's so hard to get. That's really what it boils down to. If you dig down, like, whatever path you take to get to the bottom of that rabbit hole, it just comes back to it's really fucking hard to get a citizenship. Really. So how about we try to make that happen in the future? But that's my take on that. And that, yeah, I just really wanted somebody in the world to hear that. And if I needed to bring any evidence forth, my grandmother's friend, I knew her since I was a kid, is when I first met her. Like, when I was a teenager. And as far as I can remember anyways, and only a few years ago, she said that she had finally gotten her full citizenship. And I was like, it's been like a decade. It takes that long? A decade. But I was speechless. Like, good lord. Yeah, and anyone wonders why we have so many illegal citizens in the best country in the world. Huh, I wonder why. I guess we could throw in the riots thing too. I think this is just like another thing I was thinking about, my opinion. I think that news outlets are calling riots protests because you know how they thrive on chaos. So I think they're trying to muddy those words so that people in their minds don't think of a riot as something that's quite as heavy, because, you know, if you say something nicer, you can explain anything to make it sound a little bit nicer. So if everyone actually does start calling riots protests, which sounds a lot more pleasant, then they'll start to take it less seriously, and that will be good for the media outlets and not for us, because then people will eventually start to get kind of jaded to it and be like, oh, another protest. I mean, whatever, we hear about this like a few times a year now, whatever. But no, we need to use the proper words. I think that's a whole different video. I need to like maybe even write about that, why it's bad that people keep using the wrong words for things. But this is something, another, I was about to start, my brain just like went in a bunch of circles thinking about how I should write about that. But yeah, using the wrong words for things can make it very hard to have discussions, and it can make it very easy for news outlets to kind of twist your perception of certain situations by making words have different definitions, such as that. So yeah, as I was saying that, I realized that deserves a way longer video, its own dedicated video, really. But yeah, don't call riots protests, and don't call protests riots either. That's possibly worse than calling riots protests, is calling a protest a riot. I mean, both are bad, and I think they want both to exist simultaneously. So basically, people are fucked. That was poorly worded, but I really don't care. You can still get the idea anyways. But you only had Ludwig.
I'm just now realizing my mic was muted this whole time.
Why did you mute it? Why did you mute it? For what?
Don't know.
Are you distracted?
No. I was just like leaning back talking, and then I realized, oh, you can't hear me.
Okay, well, did you have any input on that then?
No, I was only saying that, like, yeah, I haven't been following a bunch of the current riots and stuff because, honestly, it's, like, to their credit, it's lasted way longer than I thought it would. Like, people are really standing on business with this. But I don't have anything to say about it because
As
I
they
haven't
should if
been
they're going to get out there in the
following
first place. Like the French. They were doing that for months. I was like, bravo, dude, honestly.
Yeah, bravo. Kudos to them and their like will to keep going because like I haven't been following it, but I know it's like not easy on them. And I know it's pretty privileged of me to just like say, oh, I haven't been following it because like yada yada yada, but like yeah, it is pretty privileged. I don't care.
I'm sure you saw that Trump was using the military to try and silence these protesters and or rioters, because both were happening, I'm pretty sure. But
all I saw for that was that like the military was called, but he didn't have any money for them to eat, so they just didn't go out doing anything. He didn't have any money for them to like get food and drinks, so they were like, we're not gonna do this.
This sounds familiar. I don't know if I'm thinking of a war or a similar situation here where the military was like sent somewhere and they were just like hanging out in either like apartments or parking garages or some shit like that, and they didn't like.
Yeah, that was the California riots. They sent like 2,000 soldiers, and only like a couple hundred of them were active. The rest were just chilling out. And then they were just sitting there because they don't have any food or drinks or whatever. So it's like, why are we even doing this if we're not getting paid? Shit like that.
Sounds very stupid. I'm not thinking that nothing happened with that, and I don't think that you need to say that either.
I don't know.
But
I don't know.
People are pretty pissed off,
though. Nothing happened. I won't say nothing happened. I'm just saying that as far as I followed it, they were just chilling. But
well, there are riots happening there. If there's riots happening, and if they're getting out of hand enough, then it's okay to have the what is it, the Coast Guard of each state or whatever each state's like little thing is. I think it's called the Coast Guard. It's okay for them to come in and be like, "Oh, you guys need to fuck off now." But to the people that are protesting, obviously that's an abuse of power, which is why we need to stop mincing these words and saying that they're going to stop protesters. Like, okay. Like, I don't even know what the fuck is going on now because they keep using these words interchangeably. Are they stopping protesters or are they stopping rioters? I've heard about it here and there, and I have no idea what's actually happening
See,
on the ground.
what happens is they're protesters, but then they become rioters when the police start shooting them.
I don't think that is not what happened here. They just started rioting on their fucking own. Very shortly after,
I'm
some
just
people started
being
protesting at
stupid.
first here in Kenosha, and then other people started coming in from other fucking towns and started rioting and ruined it. That's what happened here. I don't know if it was similar
Why? Like,
in California right now.
who's gonna fucking protest in buttfuck Kenosha?
The people that were protesting, Stefan.
Why in Kenosha? Like, he's not gonna see them. He should have
Besides,
drove
like
down.
every news outlet in the country.
Yes, they should have drove like down to fucking either
What are you
Texas or
saying?
California. And I'm saying they should have driven down to either Texas or California to.
Go to a town. Go to a state where somebody was not shot on video. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, you're talking about? Are you talking
Duh?
about the fucking?
You forget about that?
Are you talking about the fucking what's his name? The fucking what's his name? What's his name?
I had it a
Kyle
while
Rittenhouse.
ago, but I don't remember now. No, that was not fucking him. He's not
Okay,
the reason
well, I
the
didn't
riot
hear
started. I forgot what the
I didn't
guy's
hear
name
about
is,
any-
but
I didn't. Okay, I didn't hear about any of the Kenosha riot. That's on you for not telling me.
I 100% on God
You
told you
100%
about
did
that
not tell
when
me.
it was
You did
happening.
not tell me
The
shit.
2020 riots.
That was Kyle Rittenhouse. What?
No, you are a fucking idiot. I'm sorry. But, dude, a guy was shot in the back 7 times getting out of his car on video, a black man. That's why it started. I have the videos on my computer still. Because it got
No, I
scrubbed
never
off
heard of
Facebook. Bro.
I never heard of you. You never told me about that, dude.
I shouldn't need to tell you. That's why people are rioting across the country. 2020 riots. Because he got shot. I can't believe... Dude,
Well, maybe they should have told me then, because...
I'm floored.
I mean, dude, how was I supposed to know?
Dude.
Moving on to the next topic.
Something that happened during the riots is why they're rioting. Are you telling me that is your thoughts right now?
No. I thought you were saying that they started rioting after the Kyle Rittenhouse situation.
That happened during the second
Okay.
day.
Because I remember the Kenosha riots, but I never knew why they were going on. I just thought it was like...
Or third day.
Huh?
That was the second or third day, if I'm not mistaken. I think I went down on the third day.
Because I knew the Kenosha riot happened. I didn't know why it was going on. But I watched this stream while Live Leak was still a thing.
My ex actually got to hear his bullets being fired. Quite the honor. Sorry.
Did she catch any?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm joking about my
Would've been
dead
cool.
ex. Fuck.
What?
You just said, did she
What would she
catch
be-
any? Bullets?
Yeah, like with her teeth.
Shut up. Okay, anyways, you're about to move on to something else?
I didn't have anything else to say. I guess I'll give you a picture of cute anime girls that you can put in the video, and we'll ask the chat what they think of that.
Beautiful. This one's a lot shorter, so maybe people actually watch it. Or watch more
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, I'll give you here. Put this in the video and ask them what they think of this.
Okay, guys, have a long look at that.
See, personally, my
You like
favorite
that?
in that group. Personally, my favorite is Tristan, the
Actually,
one with the
Swag
red
Man,
hair.
I know you might like it. I think
Yeah,
I don't like or dislike it.
I just I like Tristan, the one with the red hair, because she's so misunderstood.
Okay, this is probably gonna
She's like
piss you
one.
off, but they all look the same to me.
I just said the one with the red hair.
I mean, it's
You're colorblind. You're colorblind
a
now.
it's a just like a another it looks like rigs with different accessories on kind of deal for me.
You can't see colors. Is that what you're telling me?
No, I can see the red hair one,
Okay, I'm not talking about
but
like
I can't
fucking
tell
how
anything about their
colorful she.
personalities really.
That's why I was talking.
Oh, okay.
I was going to do that.
You have to explain it to me.
Me,
Good character design.
yes, Tristan, the one with the red hair. I like that character a lot because she's like she's really bogus. They did her dirty. She was basically this like blood sucking vampire from another country. I think she's from Scotland,
Hmm.
and she moves to Britain, and like she lives in this mansion, and a bunch of the people there, like when dead bodies start popping up, they find out that she's a vampire and they instantly attribute the deaths to her. They beat her and torture her for like months, and it turns out it wasn't her at all. She was innocent, but they fucked her up so bad that like she spent hundreds of years holding on to that trauma. And now when we meet her in the story, she's like torturing them and she looks like the villain. But then when you find out what they did to her, it's kind of like payback.
Wait, didn't you just say 100 years?
Yeah, hundreds of years.
You just
Like
like
she's been
threw me through a
tortured.
loop. These people wouldn't still be alive. What are you talking about? Or why is
Well,
she torturing random people then? Like, it's not them
because it's
anymore.
like it's generations of people. It's generations of people spreading like rumors about her. And it goes on until like basically so many generations go by that people forget who she is. But then it comes to a point where she's like at this like dinner party and a scuffle breaks out with some other people. And when everyone gets a
Yeah.
look at her, they say, "Oh, isn't that bloodsucker Tristan, the fucking that monster from Scotland? Let's throw dinnerware at her. Let's throw shit at her because she's a disgusting freak."
The fuck? Wouldn't have like more, or I don't know if the show is at all based on reality. I have no idea. But I mean, a more realistic reaction would be, what the fuck? That person is real? Like, would it not?
No, they were like because it was in a context where like things like vampires and shit were already common knowledge, but like
Oh.
still not welcome in that society. So when they realized who she was, they started like throwing shit at her and made her cry. But then every other time we see her like stepping on people or like killing other like people that seem like innocent civilians, these are the same people that have been torturing her for literally no reason other than just like assumptions.
Gotcha. That thing on her
And
head
I
is so
thought that was
distracting. It looks so pasted on. I'm sorry. I've been
oh,
staring at it
it's
this
like
whole
this
time.
crown. It's a crown given to her by her adoptive mother, like a sign of endearment.
Okay,
Like
I'm glad it has lore, but
like
it looks like shit.
I mean, fine, whatever, fine. It looks like shit. Okay.
I think that, like, objectively it does. I don't know why they would do that. The drawing, like, everybody looks, like, very professionally drawn and shit and, like, good, and then there's that. Like, why? Why would they do that? It does not, this, like, difference in the style of that to everything else is so jarring.
Well, they are all designed by different people. Like they're from the same game, but they all have different character designers. So that could be a thing. That could be why.
Gotcha.
And
Well,
then Creamhild on the left is the one in all black with the black bow.
did
Her story is more short.
you say Cream
Huh?
Hill?
Creamhild.
Cream Hild?
Yeah.
I'm gonna type this out to you. I need to know that this is what you're saying.
I'll spell it. No, no, no. It's like it's spelled like that with a K.
Okay.
she's
Fucking criminals.
she's actually from a story from your I don't know if it's like your heritage. You are like German, right?
A little bit.
She's a character from German mythology. This German story called something. Nebel something. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's a big word, but she's from this German
Yeah.
German like play. And if you've heard of the story of the hero Siegfried, he's like this knight that he's like this knight king that does like a bunch of shit. Basically, the end of Siegfried's story, he ends up like getting betrayed and committed suicide for whatever reason. It's complicated. It's not important. The important part is that he committed
Unalive.
and Kriemhild over there is his wife. And in the game that these characters are from, she thought that somebody like stabbed him in the back and killed him.
Unalived.
And when she finds out he killed himself, she like goes on this war path of like seeking revenge against him for killing himself and like not telling her. Because after he died, she spent the rest of her life
And not telling
she
her.
spent the rest of her life like hunting down her brother who she thought
Unalived.
she killed her own
Unalived.
brother. She like cut a bunch of people's heads off. She killed like
Unalived.
hundreds of people thinking like she was getting revenge for this her husband, and then it turns out he killed himself.
Unalived.
And that was like the ultimate slap in the face.
Yeah, what a bitch.
I thought that was a funny story. Well, not haha funny, but more like, damn, that's my kind of crazy funny.
Stefan wants a girl that'll tie a rope around his nuts and tie his hands together and keep him in the basement until they eventually fall off from lack of blood circulation.
Yeah, I want Tristan to like step on me with her high heels, like step right on my neck.
Yeah, sounds fucking wonderful. Hope the best for you, bud.
Thanks.
That's
That's all I got to say.
So, ladies,
Yeah, ladies,
start
if
by
you-
sending him a letter saying, "I know where you live." That'll
just
really
send
get
me
him going.
no. Send me a rolled up scroll, and then like on the scroll, just have like an ink handprint of your hand, and just the words "we know."
And it's in your period blood.
No, I said ink.
No.
Actually, instead of a handprint, make it a footprint.
You said you want
and just
crazy.
Say we. Make it
Trust
no.
me.
That's not. There's a difference between disgusting and crazy. Like
You think they don't at all
Like I
go
said,
hand in hand, huh?
I definitely believe that. But like I said, a footprint. Make it a footprint, and then just the words "we know," and send that to me. Yeah, make
Okay,
it
buddy.
like make it a footprint. In fact, I'll send Logan a reference image. I'll send Logan a reference image. Fuck.
Can't wait.
All right, here it comes. So this is what I want you to send me, and I will choose the best candidate.
Why do y'all always send the smallest fucking images possible? I swear to God.
Okay, you're
Anyways,
right.
Here it is, ladies. This is your
I'll give you a
ticket
bigger
in.
one. I'll give you a bigger one. I'll give you a bigger one.
It's
You
as
can
simple
edit
as
that
that.
out. There, here you go.
And if we find out that you're not at least 20, then we will have you assassinated.
Yeah, prefer the ages between 25 and 30. Thank you.
Oh yeah, this is a better image. Look at that. Now that's beautiful.
Red hair. red hair, Scottish, crazy.
Yeah, cut off
That's
a
all I
small
like.
lock of hair and tape it to the paper for proof.
Hey, that's good enough for me. Like,
Ugh.
hey, just match those 3 traits.
And you can knock down his door any day.
I'll even put my Discord in the description. How about that?
All right, now you're asking for it. All right.
Hey, yes, for punishment.
Oh, they'll give it to you. Anyways, yeah, that's fucking disgusting. I'm not showing that. Anyway, yeah. Good night, good morning, whatever time it is while you're watching this video.
Yep.
And
Good night.
be sure
Or
that you're real
good
safe out
afternoon.
there. All right.
Yeah, keep yourself safe. All right, edit that out. Have a good day.
All right, I will prove to you that cats are extraterrestrials right now.
Are you on my spaceship? Is that your spaceship? Say hello. Say hello.
Is that your spaceship?
Say hello.
See, he won't talk.
They have ways of making you talk. Talk, huh? How much you love us? Yes, you do love us, huh?